Good morning and welcome to episode 17 of my Vanity project. If you're not sure what that is, please start the series again as you have missed a lot at this point. In today's episode, I struggle with numbers, I play with myself on stream, and plants take me out. Without further ado, let's get this started. Hello, good morning. How we doing? I'll start with the obvious. Between streams, I had a list of to do. Oh my god, hi! Fancy seeing you here! It's been a while it is, isn't it? I said I was going to batch some circuits. Which, if I... God damn it. Please hold. If I scroll down here... No, wait a minute. Wait, hold. I can't remember how far I got with it. I think I got distracted through a lack of components. I could have sworn I batched a load of circuits. Don't know where they've gone. But yeah, I batched some circuits. Oh, that was it. No, I didn't batch the circuits. I was batching the parts to make circuits. Sorry. That can get lost. Chembath the Platinum. I took a lot of redstone, centrifuged it. Why is that still going in there? And took the mercury with the sheldonite to get platinum. So if we look in here now, we have a little bit of sheldonite left over. However, I can't remember where I put it now. Oh, it's in here. We do have a lot of platinum powder. We have 3,000 platinum metallic powder. So that should keep us going for a little bit. So we did platinum and tantalum. As I was trying to say, I went and got a little bit more tantalite so we can make some more tantalum. But yeah, we got more tantalite for tantalum. We're in the middle of batching circuits and we did the platinum. Oh, my brain. So we're going to finish these off a little bit now. And then we will move on to what we were going to do today, which is here. Sodalite can go back in there. I was using sodalite for chlorine. Oh no, I did need 4 of them. Fuck it. If we have to batch more MVs, we batch more MVs. And this is why I was going on the tantalum hunt. Because I needed to make more of these components. Yeah, my brain's coming back to me now. Okay, being curious. I mean, if you like modern industrialization, maybe try one of the slightly gentler Greg mod packs, like Nomi Factory or Mono Factory or something like that. I think starting with this one might be a little bit difficult. Or do what I did and go full Greg. Yeah, I did a couple of 100 hours of Nomi and then was like, nah, I want pain. So I came and got pain. The Council and the Tree Surgeon. Yeah. Just constant bickering. Unendingly. 8 stacks of the transistors, which is tantalum wire as well. So them in there. Penis. Nice, Ree. Good. I'm glad you brought that to chat. Stick likes his cat. I do like my cat. Where is she? Can you see her? You can see the little black fluff ball. And that should be plenty of HV circuits now. You at least get a 2-second warning. Oh no! Blows your clean room up. Yeah, because we were working on this, weren't we? To get the EV stuff in the clean room. Get our EV power supply up and running. Which means we can make the title say EV. Which is very exciting. To finally be able to change that again. Let's start working on this lovely little craft here. Because with this craft, that will mean we're in a place to get our TPV coils, which means we can make a wireless charger and blah 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 blah. And so we started working towards the TPV coils. Now obviously the first step in this process is an EV assembler to craft the coils in. Given this is where we needed to go, clearly our first step was to plant more wood and then place down some... What am I doing? So I ran some conduits from the copper farm, ran out of conduits so I made some more, made a rock breaker to turn redstone into obsidian. What was wrong with me when I was playing this? Anyway, finished those conduits off, plugged in that copper farm, and set the berries in the storage. Now I'd sorted this, I actually started working toward the TPV coils. This alloy requires titanium, platinum and vanadium, and it gets mixed in an EV mixer, so we had to make this new EV machine. I started the alloy mixing, and whilst that was mixing, we started working on the mica sheets that we need. Now, you'll remember the first ever coils we made for the Cooper Nickel EBF outside, they also took mica sheets, and these are actually used through the entire game. But whilst we were crafting these up, somebody pointed out to cool down the hot TPV ingots, the freezer needs to be EV. So I crafted a second HV energy hatch and some new gas turbines and installed them, making the freezer run a little bit quicker for every other ingot anyway. I checked this was all working fine and I let it run for a bit whilst taking a look at what needed doing around the base. I carried on crafting some mica sheets and remembered the staff of travelling was something we could now make. We just needed to craft a couple new Ender IO machines. This wasn't too hard, but for the recipe of the Ender Crystal, we needed an Enderman. So we grabbed a soul vial, headed to the end, grabbed an Enderman, and he was the wrong fucking one. Yeah, apparently there are multiple types of Enderman in this pack and only the normal one works. So we went back to the end, grabbed another Enderman, checked it was the right one, and then crafted the End Crystal. This let us craft the staff, now we don't have to break blocks to go through walls. Immediately we used this to expand the copper farm a bit. I then did the maths and realised in order to get all of the TPV alloy we needed, over 60, okay that's nearly 4 hours of smelting still to go. There was still 4 hours of smelting and cooling left to do. So we tried to decide what else needed doing around the base, seeing as we were stuck on the tech progression side of things. We realised now we can go through the walls of the clean room, we didn't need the entrance the way it was, so we cleaned that up first off. We then had a little discussion and somebody reminded me that for the ore berries to grow, you can place a full block of that mineral underneath the dirt block and it will grow an extra tier and produce 6 times as much. Now this sounds great, but this extra layer of blocks means each crop manager can only do 2 layers of a farm rather than the 3. And the extra tier of growth takes longer as well. So we wanted to work out which setup was most time efficient, 3 plain layers or 2 boosted layers. So we started setting up an iron farm with the blocks underneath, leaving the copper farm as it was so we could make this comparison once everything had finished being built. We placed down some more paths, started decorating the processing part of the basement. We ran out of both basalt and obsidian in the process, but fortunately I had an obsidian maker upstairs for no apparent reason. So thank you all so much for the stream, it's been a pleasure as always. But for me, that is a goodbye and good night. I forgot to unmute my my microphone. Hello, good morning, how we doing? You guys may notice things look a little bit different. I have made my PNG a little bit smaller so there's more gameplay visible, and the shaders are on, but you'll notice the bitrate and the quality is a little bit higher. I found out why it was so bad when I first did the second machine thing. My gameplay OBS was capturing in 920 at 60 but processing at 1280-30. So I've told it to process at 920-60 as well, and I can see a difference. Yeah. Even on my small OBS capture, I can see a difference. There's a little bit more delay from me playing it to you guys seeing it, but the audio lines up, so I really don't care. That's why it was running at 30. You were right, it was running at 30. In terms of this room, obviously I finished it. I finished it off and it looks exactly how I wanted it to. I just need to get some lights in here now somehow. The Auberry Farms have filled these drawers up, and I have filled the Auberry Farms themselves up. I'll help Elsie out. Nope. But the farms are both full, so today we're going to run the experiment of seeing which one's faster. This all has iron and everything, yada yada yada. Wow, that's a lot of berries. But I've actually done one more thing between streams. Well, I've done two more. We finished processing all the TPV, so we can make those coils today. But I've done one more thing. And I'm going to reveal this really cool. And I'm very happy with it. You ready? I've finally changed this ceiling. And I much prefer it. It's made of obsidian now. So it's it took ages every time I misplaced a block. But yeah, I've changed it from the Z-tone one. Which was... So I changed it from this block here. Hold up. I'm just trying to ignore Data Kai winding me up. So yeah, we've gone from this to that. No, stop it! Don't join in! So it's a lot less garish on the eyes now. The plan today is we're going to... Oh, let me just... 1 second. So yeah, we were going to... wire cutter. We're going to make some vibrant versions of these. So to start today, we will make the TPV coils. And craft the wireless charger and everything. And then we'll see where we go after that. There we go. That goes there. We do also need quite a bit of nichrome, which might take a minute. 26 nichromes. Things are hurting less. All round, it's not bad. So I guess then we can make some of the really shitty version of white metal, I suppose. And the dust comes in. Oh, I just need one craft's worth. Wow, that's easy. Pop through here and... Oh! Oh! Well, I need another antimony and some more tin. At least it wasn't the platinum I wasted. There we go. And now that just goes in a normal furnace. Damn it. Right, so we needed 4 of these. 3, 4. We needed 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then we'll set up the automation. Oh, we need 2. Well, we need some more white metal. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a GOG run after this with Twist as well. So we now have our electric snips, which is very good. Now, if you recall, we were doing all of these side quests to kill some time whilst we were waiting for the TPV coils. Now we were ready to craft the TPV coils, we made these. Look how pretty it is! It's so pretty! Placed these, and we took the old nichrome coils that we just removed from the EBFs and upgraded the benzene system to help make sure the power supply would keep up with the new tier. Now we'd finally got this upgrade as well, we could make the niobium titanium plates for wireless charging. This required us mixing, and get this, niobium and titanium. Shock. Smelted the dust, froze the ingots and rolled them into plates. We bathed the radon eye, grabbed the other bits off the wall and finally crafted the wireless charger. We put this in the very strategic spot of anywhere, because with over 1,000 block range it really didn't matter. And the next step for us was to approach Thorncraft again. So we refilled our Thormonomicon by scanning all the barrels, and we did the research to unlock magical wood crafting. But if you look at this recipe, it requires 2 Carmite to craft 4 magical wood. And this meant we did indeed need to actually work out exactly how much magical wood or Carmite we needed to collect before starting this next step. So I listed out all of the unbreakable tools I wanted to make and added up how much Carmite I'd need. To acquire this Carmite, we needed to defeat the Ergast boss in the Twilight Forest. To access the Ergast, you had to beat all the subsequent bosses in order, so we had to get through this very difficult process. In previous episodes, we took down the first 2 bosses in the Twilight Forest, the Naga and the Lich, so now we had to find the 3rd boss, which was the Mushroom Minotaur thing in the swampy biome. Whilst we were out looking for this, somebody in chat pointed out that the Timewood saplings, which are very valuable, are only found in the dungeons in the top of these trees. So throughout this whole experience, we checked every single one of these trees we saw to try and find one of these very rare saplings. Finally finding the dungeon for the 3rd boss. Aha! That's what I'm looking for. Get. We ran around the dungeon collecting all of the mushrooms we saw for Botania. Right, do we think? I'm glad I came prepared. After the fight of our life, we continued exploring and very quickly found the Hydra, the 4th boss. This boss confused the life out of me, however, because not only did one of the heads continuously attack the bats in the cave behind it, randomly, and I never quite worked out how this worked, my arrows would bounce off it, but then start causing damage. So after a slower but much more difficult fight, we took up the search for possibly the hardest to find dungeon in the Twilight. The first of the 2 dungeons in the Dark Forest biome. This is a buried labyrinth, and the biome is so dense you can't fly around to find it, you have to run on foot. This took a while, but we found it and skillfully unlocked it using the Minotaur trophy. I will show you the rest of this dungeon in real time. Okay, let's keep... I don't want to. My hands off the keyboard. Hands off. And this is it. We're at the Ergast. This is the 2nd boss of the biome. Kind of. It's actually in the core of the Dark Forest, and this dungeon's a little bit easier to find. Flying up to the top, when we get close enough, it spawns the Ergast, and it is a really tough fight as well. Ah! That was so hard! The chest it leaves behind contains the Carmite, but I spent some time exploring this dungeon because I was told it's quite cool, and that it is. It had Carmite in some item frames on the wall, and it also had some disappearing walls, which I stole for my future base. Because of how much Carmite we needed, we had to go find a couple more of these towers. The second one was very much the same as the first, apart from it had a really cool room downstairs. It had these blocks that stopped you from building, and then these paths that built in the direction you were looking. So I really enjoyed playing with this for a little bit, and then went and found the 3rd tower. The 3rd Ergast almost caused a problem with how high up it was and stopping my jetpack working. But it was fine, and we started making our way home. On our way home, we actually spotted the next boss. So we quickly bonked this thing, treated some local wildlife with respect, and completely accidentally found the final boss of the Twilight Forest as well. This was definitely the most difficult fight of them all. Me? Aha! Snow Queen! God, these boss fights are really difficult. Carried on heading home, and saw another one of those clouds in the sky, but I was finally able to approach it this time. What the fuck? It's so big! It's me! It's so pretty! Literally what I look like when I get excited. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? The keen-eyed among you may have already spotted this, but when I swapped my sword to my offhand, the same hotkey also turned off my jetpack. I didn't know this was a button, I jumped off to fly away and panicked in the roots. I had no chance of surviving this. Fortunately, something in my inventory, and I have no idea what, meant I kept my armour and crossbow, making retrieving my stuff much easier. So we flew up, killed another giant stick for a pickaxe, grabbed some blocks, and then got the grave. But this is where something interesting happened. You like that one perfect stick your dog always finds? Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. Wait. You like that one perfect stick your dog always finds? Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. Wait.
He's playing romantic music as well.
I know what to do here. I know what to do. Fuck, fuck, shit, fuck, fuck,
no,
shit,
no,
fuck,
no,
fuck.
no, 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 no. God damn it! God damn it!
Bless him. Look at him. He's still smiling. Oh, he's so cute. Yep, poor Gutman almost had his stream upgraded to 18+. We went back to looking at Thorncraft and crafted some of the magical... I'm still laughing at that part. And crafted some magical wood. And started making the tools. You make this by making each piece from the magical wood to give you as many modifiers as possible, and then upgrade each part with unstable ingots to make them unbreakable. To make the unstable ingots you need an enchantment table, so we researched that, crafted it, grabbed the division sigils, and to perform the ritual, naturally we sacrificed our dollars. Here we go. So. It's time. Let's get our weapon ready. We will horse, dollars, buy dollars. Get. I think that went perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, he says. I was now able to craft the unstable ingots. Bang. Scared. And with that display of bravery behind me, we started working on extruding each part of the tools. Same as with the magical wood, every part needed to be of this material to get the full benefit of it, so we replaced all the parts of the magical wood tools. We also crafted two new tools, the scythe and the rapier, and started looking at the research we should have probably done a very long time ago, something called a silky jewel, When applied to a tinker's tool, it has the same effect as the Silk Touch enchantment in vanilla. Because this was going to be quite a big infusion, I decided to try and set it up a little bit better. So I opted to move the infusion setup into the basement to also help clean up the outside ready for that screenshot we talked about. We put it directly under the current Thorncraft area, and the infusion pedestal thing fit perfectly. Directly below that, we were able to place the infusion stabilizers in mob heads, and the jars above them because the range of the infusion altar was able to see them all. So we could set the infusion up upstairs, have all the Ascension jars downstairs, and everything would be nice and tidy. So we spent ages crafting these pipes, placed them down, and like everybody else who has ever played this goddamn pack, I have absolutely no idea how they work, and I just pressed buttons until it did what I wanted it to do. This meant I was ready to set up this infusion, crafting some silky cloths, and put an exquisite diamond in the middle with some extra shards around the edge. We started the infusion. Shit. Where did we get the terror from? No. Get. Oh, have I lost a silken... Oh no. Doesn't have enough Pedicio. Fucking cut. I've lost everything. Let's take the diamond back. Oh, I have enough terror now at least. We recrafted all the constituent parts, triple checked the Essentia, restarted the infusion, and finally got our first Silky Jewel. Lumbar Axe Gaming, AO. Right, so Lumbar Axe Silky. Right. Good, because that we can use that on pretty much anything still, can't we? Like, if we wanted to go pick up this Cursed Earth, for example, we could silk it with it. What the fuck? And we're going to silk that so we don't need to lapis that up. Probably the hatchet or redstone B. Not doing redstone B. And then between streams I will just grind away on these tools, maybe a bit of building if I have time. But yeah, until Sunday, I'll see you all later. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been a pleasure as always. But for me, that is a goodbye and good night. Huge chainsaw dick as well. Well, that's just me though, isn't it? Massive deadly swinger.